Hello, Gravy, Timothy, and welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 episode of Focus to Z, where we check out all the terrible focus trees that no one does in Hearts of Iron 4. And today is definitely going to be an interesting one, as we're going to China. That's right, little Timothy's. Make sure you hit the like button down below to get your social credit score up. So China in Hearts of Iron 4 is pretty interesting because you straight up don't actually have a other focus tree to do. The only real objective paths you do that are kind of locked, these two right here and these ones over here. Do you want to integrate Tibet or conquer Tibet? Funnily enough, they both lead to you warholing on Tibet. Yeah, so sadly as China goes, we don't have a lot of choice to really go through. There's a couple things we can do differently though in China to make this a interesting game, let's say that much. And I can guarantee you, I don't think anyone has probably ever willingly done this in the entire existence of this game. First things first, we won't be needing the army where we're going. You see, if Paradox isn't going to give me my old history path for China, I'll have to make it myself. It's just gonna be a little bit unorthodox and potentially painful at the beginning here. So I know what you're thinking. The Japanese are coming in, you have no defense. What are you cooking, iSorrowproductions? So we've got the option right now for the Marco Polo Bridge incident, and you may think, sure, we're just gonna give them a land maybe? Nope, we're gonna tell them to bring it. Bring it they will, because I have heard rumors that Chiang Kai-shek fired the entire army. And now we ain't gonna do a single thing. We're just going to capitulate to the Japanese. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't lend lease our equipment to anyone before the Japanese took it, and whilst I am going to, let's say, become their friend in a second, I don't actually want them to have that equipment, so I just deleted it all somewhere around here. There is a hole full of rifles. Okay, and we should be capitulating, and there you go. We are now the Japanese puppet state of China. As far as I'm aware, this is the only legit way you can actually flip as China. Now, you may think this is game over, but it's definitely not. So, first thing we did was actually go ahead and demand subjugation from the warlords, which means we now got ourselves 1, 2, 3 puppets. The only one we didn't get was the Zibbity Zamma, and unfortunately we can't declare for them because we ourselves are a puppet. Now the Japanese are also going in on communist China, and this will be a good way for us to actually get a bit of autonomy up, as we can do some war participation. So we're going to go ahead and buy a whole bunch of convoys, which we are then going to send to the Japanese to lower our autonomy a lot faster, which is funny because the convoys I'm sending to the Japanese, they're then putting on the market. Just from buying convoys off the market, I've got myself up 320 right now, and it only costs me 10 civilians for these convoys, so it definitely pays off. And I'm also integrating my puppets already. Just got the Guangxi right there, which is very nice. I think I'll go ahead and get Yunnan next, but then I should probably save up my political power just so that I can up my autonomy as soon as I can. There's communist China gone, and I think oh, they actually joined the Comintern, so I guess we're at war with the Comintern too, which is fine with me. I don't mind taking down Stalin in this game. Yeah, there are cursed Hoi 4 playthroughs, alright, and they're pretty bad. But what I've created today is unholy. I just put it straight. I think what the Soviets do here is not exactly what you should do. Hey, but more importantly, it's time to upgrade our autonomy. Just gotta get another 1500 and we'll be free. Japan do be doing what Japan always do, which is declaring on everyone, which inadvertently also includes the Soviets this game. So we got a lot of people we gotta beat. The Japanese aren't looking too good, and they have been off a little bit more than you could chew, you could definitely say, but I think the Soviets, well, they're not going to do well at all this game, because their army was over here, and it wasn't looking good over here. Meanwhile, me on the Allied front, also not looking too good. A little bit of an equipment deficit, but don't worry, because we're mostly focusing on breaking free, which we almost are. Oh yeah, Soviets are so toast. What are the okay, well, they... That ain't good. I've also built some pretty terrible casts, but it is doing the job over here, because as you can see, I have been partially pushed in this air zone, so technically they're in there, but they don't have any way to actually compete with this air zone from what I can tell. I mean, they are in it, but I don't think they can reach with whatever planes they have down here. And I am largely bombing them, which means they're just losing trucks over here for nothing. And that is the first time I've seen the AI capitulate the Soviets. Well, yeah, I guess in a long time. They've probably done it plenty of times, but, you know, this is the first legit one I've seen in a while. You know, I just... Are they still alive? Okay, thank God. I thought they just left the Soviets in Tanatuva there, but no, it's just the Russian Imperial Protectorate of Tanatuva. And just like that, we are now free and independent again. Now, technically, we have grown. We've got more land than we started with. We did lose a little bit, but at the same time, it's an interesting way to play, I guess. And just sitting here bombing the enemies in Yunnan right now has actually paid off quite a bit. There's 1,300 trucks they'll never see again. Okay, so I've just been building some supply hubs up here on the border with India, and we are going to go ahead and try to push the allies completely out. Because obviously, as much as I wouldn't really want to be fighting these guys, I'm kind of locked in pretty hard now. Okay, we're making the breakthrough into Burma now, and I've just thought what would be the funniest thing in the world is if we do dominate Japan and they actually accept. All right, I guess, moment of truth. So we're about to do the funniest thing in Hoi 4 history. Wait. Well, this is officially, I think, one of the worst and weirdest Hoi 4 games I've ever made. Well, I guess I'm now going to do the reverse of what we started off doing and try and annex Japan. How the tables have quite literally what? Why is Finland naval invading? What? Okay, we've quite literally hit the brick wall out here. It's very hard to push because we can't really get the air on our CAS over here. Mostly because they actually are putting up fighters now, which is intercepting them. I am working on getting my fighters out, though. And it's going to take me a little while. Shouldn't the allies just be fighting somewhere else? You don't have something better to do like this? Deal with this. Gonna get a little cheeky here and get our boy Zhang Dong to go do a bit of convoy raiding. Well, there you go. Got a bit of a play going. That is a lot of units now encircled and stuck down here. Don't mind me, just another one of Wang Jingwei's famous reverse cards. At this point, bro's got a whole deck and every single card just says no you. It's so hard to get their autonomy down. They're actually kind of keeping up on par by contributing score, so I can't outbuild the Japanese. Oh, we got another catch of the day. Very nice. Wang Jingwei will eat nuts tonight. Wang Jingwei is apparently an orc from Lord of the Rings. All right, we are also harassing all the shipping coming in. We're getting a lot of convoys, so that should hopefully choke up a whole bunch of supply as well, and we can just beat up the Raj, and then I don't know where on earth I'm going next. Is that better or worse than being trapped in Tanatuva, Russia? It's truly one of the days in history where you see Chinese, Japan, and Finland work together. Oh my God. Manchuria just declared war on Tibet. Surprise invasion from Tibet. Again, wasn't really planning on having to open up another front up here in the Himalayas, but here we are. I'm so glad Russian penal battalions have shown up to the Tibetan front line. I think this is about to be the full collapse of the front over here, and then also the submarines are still doing the absolute work over here. Everyone else is up too. The Germans are moving into Turkey, so I'm hoping they actually push into Africa, but realistically, they're probably not pushing it into anywhere because it's 1946 at this point, and it's just org wall after org wall. The breakthrough has made its way into action that I could just frontline, and as you can see, my front line makes sense. Okay, India gone. Now, the majority of the troops here are actually Americans, which is making me think as soon as I'm done here, I'm just going to go send all these submarines to just go harass everywhere around them. I'm actually, I'm going to have to go up to, from volunteer finally, which means, my casualties are, okay, I was actually expecting a lot more than that. Question is, after that fiasco, where the hell do I go next? Of course, I'm just going to park all my submarines outside of Uncle Sam's house and tell him not to come outside. Hey, now this is the most convoluted way to ever get your land back as China. Okay, so the Japanese still have their fleet. This is good. We can use this to maybe go take out the UK now. I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to take out America. I'll be real with you. It's gonna be a headache. Oh, I got 190 divisions. I'm just gonna yeah, don't need those. I wonder now. I think I'm in charge of the co-prosperity sphere. If I could just go ahead and yeah, I've got to kick these guys out because we unfortunately don't get to inherit their puppetness. Which I don't know why not. And then we'll see if we can get into Germany's faction, which... Why would I join that? Thankfully, they invited me. That's good. Don't know why they wouldn't involve me in the first place, but sure. Now we're just gonna go send our fleet over to the channel over here and project power, and maybe all our allies might just start naval invading the UK anyway. Might have to speed something up here, but well, darndly doodly, my allies actually managed to get a naval invasion off, which is pretty impressive because they did it before my fleet even arrived. I don't know how the Italians actually got their fleet out in the first place, but somehow they did it. Oh, okay, the Germans actually own Greenland and Iceland. I'm gonna have to take out the US, aren't I? Oh no, I just can't help myself. The inner torment that I just for some reason can put on myself can never be satiated. I gotta say, man, just looking at the borders over here, I don't know, has anything really been accomplished? Finland got pushed out of Indonesia. Unsurprisingly, with what's going on over here, it just ain't pretty. Well, the Germans keep asking me for garrison support, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to cover that. I'm sorry, I'm struggling over here, Germany. I hate the fact that I see Tibetan units like exiled in Washington. Like, we need to end this. No collab, no backup plan. If this doesn't work, I'm done. To be fair, the American response is incredibly slow right now. Okay, I got the main army over here now, and instead of just keeping the Marines on the front line, I'm just gonna go ahead and now get another landing over in Washington if we can, because I assume we're gonna keep these Americans split up. Tibet, we meet again. Right, that did collapse the front, but at the cost of 20 of my Marine divisions. They're not coming home, so I'm just going to abandon the front up here, because I noticed my allies are all bringing troops now, so I'm just going to leave that to them and focus on just collapsing the US as quickly as possible. Just got the amazing revolution that I also need to capitulate Brazil. It's 1949. I will never be free. You know, Vichy France, Germany, if you guys... Romania, sorry, Italy, just got the whole squad over here. How about you take that energy, go invade Brazil and Chile? Oh man, I just turned allied plans on, and guys, guys. Okay, there goes America, and I'm gonna have to find a big enough hole in the ground to stick all of this in. Don't worry, I stick where I put those rifles somewhere. Love how no matter what I do, I just keep ending up back in South America. Of course, I land in Chile. I finally get through. And then nationalist Spain, for some reason, joins the Allies. Let me out. Let me leave. Well, there's Chile. Time to turn around and go back to Europe. I'm free. Finally. Well, after way too many hours in Hearts of Iron 4, that is the only other way to play China, I guess. That was probably the weirdest, most random, messed up Hoi game we've played in a while. I actually have no words what has really occurred today. This is just more proof. Maybe you should add kind of a focus tree to China, please, Paradox, so you don't have to do this. It was actually kind of fun capitulating to the Japanese and then breaking free, but it only got a bit annoying when I actually decided to invade America. I'll be real with you. That's when things went wrong mentally. But hey, regardless, pretty good Hoi game, won't lie. Definitely a interesting way to play China if you ever weirdly want to recreate this. Not sure why you would, but good luck. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe button down below.